everyone, welcome to Things Lucy Reads. I'm Luce and this is a long expected parcel unboxing video. Actually, it's not quite an unboxing video because I have already opened it and unwrapped everything, but I'm going to show you what was in the box and talk about it. So this is the second of the long expected parcel mystery box series. The theme of this box was The Journey Begins, so it focuses on the voyage of the hobbits from the Shire to Rivendell. The top of the box was a postcard with the theme on it. This is not a spoiler card, it just says thank you on the back, and there was also a little cloth leaf to represent the old forest of Buckland, I assume. The first box had an eagle feather as well, just something extra just to mark the box. The first actual item is this package, which has a quote on it. It says, "I ain't been dropping no eaves, sir." Inside this pouch is a set of headphones. They have elf ears on them, so they go over your ears. Hang on, let me get it with my glasses. Like that, and then the earbud goes in your ear, and yep, you can just listen to your tunes or your ASMR or your Tolkien ambience, whatever you like. I can't, this is actually so awkward to get this in. Where is my ear hole? Right there, right there. And that one's fallen out. My only complaint about these is that they're like in-ear earbuds. Oh, there we go, now I've got them in. I can't really hear myself. Up until this point, I haven't really been a fan of in-ear earbuds because I feel like they don't stay in my ears, but these ones actually do, and they're sort of noise cancelling as well. And also, of course, the other thing is, if you are not fair-skinned, then these are going to be completely the wrong colour for you, which is unfortunate. But for me, at least, they're incredible, and they're so funny, and I'm probably going to wear these all the time. The next thing came in a pouch that says a shortcut to mushrooms, and this one is a magnet that says a shortcut to mushrooms. There we go. It's got mushrooms on it. It says a shortcut to mushrooms. So this was designed by Claire. It's obviously her photo, and I think it's probably just from Redbubble, but it was designed by Claire. And the next thing, I lied before, I said the card was the first thing I pulled out of the box. It actually wasn't. I actually unwrapped this first. The quote on this one says, "Eat earth, dig deep, drink water, go to sleep," which is a quote from Tom Bombadil. This is a poster, and it is beautiful. This was designed by an artist on Redbubble called Bohemian Weasel. It is the hobbits riding through the old forest, and it is just beautiful. So the next item in the box is two stickers, also purchased from Redbubble. One of them is designed by Carter Robinson, and the other one is designed by Lord of the Rings reader, but it's spelt as L-O-T-R reader, and both of them are from Redbubble, as I said. So there's one here of just Tom. That's designed by Carter Robinson. Don't focus on my face, focus on the sticker. There we go. And then the one designed by Lord of the Rings reader is of Tom and Goldberry. Come on, there we go. So those are the two stickers. The next item is this one. It's a little pouch that just says the Barrow Downs. It's not going to focus for me. You're just going to have to pretend that you read that. This is a pin designed by Nerd Tea Creations from a concept by Claire. And Nerd Tea Creations also created the pin from the previous box, which was the shape of a hobbit door, and this one is the shape of a dagger, like the one I think it's Frodo picks up inside a Barrow Mound, which is really cool. If there's anything that wouldn't be explained just by having a knowledge of the films, then Claire includes the information on the letter, so no one is sort of left wondering at the context behind a piece. It's all there. The next thing came in a pouch that says, "This, my friend, is not quite a pint." And I was going to look up how many mils a pint was, but I didn't, so you're just going to have to Google that yourself. This is also from Redbubble, and it was designed by an artist called Kika T, and it is a travel mug, and it has the logo of the Prancing Pony on it. Flips up like this, that's your mouth hole, and it has a screw lid with a little rubber O-ring on it to make a seal. It's metal on the inside, but from what I can feel, it is double walled, so it won't be hot to hold. I was actually really pleased with this, because a lot of travel mugs that I see, particularly fandom ones, are ceramic, and I do not understand the point of a ceramic travel mug, especially because they all seem to have those like really like flimsy like rubber lids, and I'm like, first of all, that isn't going to seal, and second of all, it's going to be heavy as shit. Like, I don't want to have to carry around what essentially amounts to a whole ass mug when I'm going somewhere. I'd much rather it be made out of something lightweight and you know, that isn't going to burn my hands when I hold it. Which, to be fair, the one ceramic one that I have is double walled, but I don't use it as a travel mug, I use it as a pen holder. Because I just, yeah, I just have a thing. I don't understand why ceramic ones are even a thing. But this is not ceramic, so that's not the point. This is another item designed and made by Claire. It comes in a little envelope. It says Frodo Baggins on the front, and it's got a wax seal on the back, and you might recognize that rune. And inside this envelope, which I almost didn't want to open, and then I remembered that I have a letter opener, so I don't have to break the seal. This is the letter from Gandalf that is left for Frodo at the Prancing Pony, which was supposed to be mailed to the Shire by Barlaam Butterbur, the barman of the Prancing Pony, but he forgot. So Frodo doesn't get it until he also arrives at the Prancing Pony in Bree. This is so cool. Like, I would never have thought to put in something like this. Next thing on the list, oh, it's the thing that I'm wearing. Okay, so this was also designed by Claire. I don't know where it actually like was manufactured, but it was designed by Claire, and I have been using it pretty much non-stop ever since I took it out of the box. And when I took it out of the box, I was actually like, because it was just so incredible. It is an apron. It is a lovely forest green color, and it says what about second breakfast? And I've been absolutely obsessed with it, and it's already a little bit dirty, but you know what? I've been cooking, so that's obviously part of the course. Okay, and so the next thing is a stone which Gandalf leaves for the hobbits in the book. He has carved his sigil into it, and I can't remember the significance of the it's got a sigil in it, and it has like 3 lines to like to denote like 3, and I can't remember the significance of that. It just lets the hobbits and Strider know that Gandalf has already been to Weathertop, and so that they know that they don't necessarily have to wait for him there. He's already been and gone. Like that. Gandalf sigil there, and then 3 there. And I think it might have been made out of polymer clay. It's not a stone, but it's fairly light, so yeah. So that's pretty cool. The next thing came in a pouch that says Night on Amon Sul. Oh yeah, now your focus. Temperamental camera. This is a candle which was made by Hannah at Wickstock Candle Co. I will find all of these artists on Redbubble and the stores on Etsy, and I will link them down below for you, so you can go and check out their products. Everything that is made for this box, not the things that come from Redbubble obviously, but this candle and the pins, they are exclusive to this box. So the scent of this one is wood smoke and spice, and it is called Weathertop. It's a soy candle. It has a cotton wick, and it's got some glitter on the inside. Yeah, yep, now it's not going to focus, but it actually smells really nice. I'm always kind of hesitant when something is scented like fire or smoke, but this is actually really, really good. Then the next item, which is the second last one, is this. It came in a pouch that says it may help slow the poison, and it is Athelas. I don't know if you're supposed to just smell it or if you're supposed to make tea out of it. I kind of want to make tea out of it. It smells really nice. But it does say prop only, so maybe I should not drink it. But it smells like chamomile and spearmint. It smells really nice, and it is indeed very calming and Smells pretty much how I imagine that Athalesso would, although maybe I thought it maybe a little bit more like fennel perhaps, but still really good, really cute. And then the last item came in a bag that says welcome to Rivendell, and it is some bath salts or foot soak salts. It's in a little jar that says Rivendell Respite, and it's got a little copper leaf here. Yeah, and it's just some salts to put in your bath or your foot soak. The letter says, make it to safety and finally relax. Have a spa day in Imladris. Rest your weary feet after your long journey. And that sounds absolutely incredible. And the fragrance is lime, basil, and mandarin, and it smells really, really nice. And I might have a bath tonight and put some of it in because it's just very nice. And I can imagine it's exactly the kind of thing that they would have for guests in Rivendell. So that was the second long expected parcel box. This is not a sponsored video at all. I paid for this box with my own money. If it hasn't been evident, I am just incredibly pleased and incredibly impressed with all of the items that were in it. That is all I have for you for this video. Thank you very much for joining me for it. I hope you enjoyed it. If you would like to leave me a comment about anything I've discussed in this video, feel free to do that down below. If you can give me a like on the way down, that would be great as well. And I will see you in my next video. Bye everyone.